one of the things that show up more often in your exam is understanding the graph of the function. I know that here they are mentioning maximum and minimum place, but really it's not about calculus as such. That topic that has to do with a graph of the function can kind of escape us. We get information, some of them in fifth year, some of them in sixth year. So sometimes that knowledge does kind of escape. Let's have a look. The continuous function y is equal g of x. So basically they are saying there is a function and it's a function g. And it is defined, and here we have a specific values of x that it is defined for minus 10 and 50. So it's defined for those values, and we can see that. Minus 10 and 50, that's it, that's what we have. Its graph is shown below. It has 3 turning points, 2 local minimum points and 1 local maximum point. So let's identify that. So this point here, that's my maximum point. And then it's talking about 2 minimum points. So this one here is minimum and this one here is the minimum points. All of these are shown on the graph. The 2 endpoints of the graph are also shown, and we can see that. So we have it defined in a very specific way. And we have to use this graph to answer 2 questions. So K, it's a constant. It belongs to R, so any value. The horizontal line, y equal K, so y equal a number, does not cut the graph of function G. And we have to write down one possible value of K. So if I go really, if I'm looking at it, so those are the 2 lines. If I'm going to draw a horizontal line, anyway, between, what's this value here? What's this y value here? That's 12, isn't it? What's this value here? Minus 3. So if I'm going to draw a graph, draw a line, any value that has to be between 12 and minus 3, I'm going to cut the graph. So if I want to draw a graph, it has, if I want to draw the line, sorry, I keep calling a graph. Well, line is a graph. But if I want to draw that line, that horizontal line, it either has to be something above 12. So y has to be what? Greater than 12. Or in this case, k have to be greater than 12, or it has to be below minus 3. So k has to be less than minus 3. Now we have to give possible value. It's not enough to write it that way. I have to pick a number. So either I can pick, I don't know, k equal 13 or equal 15, or I can write k equal minus 4, minus 5, or any number I want, as long as it's within those parameters, as long as it's above 12 and below minus 3. Okay, so that's the first part. Then the next part, here we are having P is a constant. The horizontal line, so again a horizontal line, cuts the graph at exactly 2 points. So if I'm looking at this graph, I'm saying, okay, where can it cut at exactly 2 points? If I'm going to cut, if I'm going to draw a line anywhere here, isn't it? It's going to cut at 3 points. So this area is not for me because not fulfilling the condition. So either I'm going to draw anything in between. What values are we talking about? What's that value of y? 11, isn't it? So it has to be between 11 and 12. And then what's the other value of y? This value of y is 7. So it has to be between 7 and minus 3. So my p-value has to be between, and here they are looking for the range of possible values. So we are saying that p has to be less than 12, but has to be greater. Oh, my apologies, that's not less. Has to be less than 12 and greater than 11, isn't it? And then the other value here, again, when we are looking at it, so my p-value has to be what? Less than here, I'm looking at the wrong, so my p-value has to be less than 7, and it has to be above minus 3. So it has to be greater than -3. So those are the two ranges. Now, if in this exam you just say P has to be greater than 11, and then let's say P has to be less than 5, that was as well acceptable answer. But here we are defining a little bit more than that. Like I'm saying, they are not really difficult question to answer. As you can see, the answers are not complex. However, we do have to have good understanding of how the graph look like. Doesn't matter what function it is, because we don't know what function is that, but it doesn't matter. We have to have a good understanding about generally about the graph of functions.